What's up, locker room? Well, I'm back in Dallas. I got back this morning. Let me tell you something. I had a feeling it was going to be a day like this because I got up. I left Miami 5 o'clock this morning. Forget about the party. Forget about everybody. I got to get back for church so I can pray, so the Cowboys can have a win this day. When we were coming back, they had shut down the airport for weather. They diverted me to Oklahoma, so I didn't get back here till about noon. And I didn't go to church. I knew right then when I was driving home from the airport, I said, shit, this is about to be a bad day because I didn't go see the Lord. And I was right. I don't understand why I just can't have one good damn weekend where Miami wins, Colorado wins, because, it's my boy Dion, and then the Cowboys win. I just want one damn weekend like that. Just one weekend. All of it circulates around football. My whole life does. So when football's up, I'm up. When football's down, I'm down. And then sometimes it leaves me hanging around middle ground. Miami won. Dallas lost, and it was a bad loss. Dion got destroyed. Bad all the way around. Let's talk about that Cowboy game. 44-24. Let me tell you what I saw, man. We talked all about this, and I talked about it prior to going into this game when I said on the road they were averaging about 21 points a game. They put up 24. At home, they're averaging 40-some points a game. That's the kind of score they need to score everywhere. That's what I told you guys. They have to learn to do that on the road. We had given the excuse of not doing it on the road because you did not have CeeDee Lamb. But you have him now, and you still didn't get it done. Let me tell you what I see that I don't think this team is going to do enough of to overcome that little league defense they have playing in the National Football League right now. I just don't know if I'm not saying we don't have enough offensive talent on the team to overcome that poor defense because you got enough talent to put up 40 points a game. You really do. But the problem is it's these little things. You playing against a guy like Sean Payton, who's going to focus on the little things. You are hurt in the secondary. So what is he going to do? He's going to attack where you are weak most. We don't focus on those little things. We early on in that drive, the game, Dallas makes the first drive, and I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, maybe this is going to be okay. Maybe okay. Maybe God's saying you tried to get back. It wasn't your fault. I'm going to honor the effort and make sure the Cowboys play back great. So the first drive, I thought that's what it was. And then right towards the end of that first drive, there was a couple things that happened. Pat Surtain, they tried to throw a ball to George Pickens in the end zone. Pat Surtain kind of knocked it away, but he came down. He was hurt. He got hurt. They had to take him off the field. Then we come back out. CeeDee lines up on the right. George Pickens lines up on the left. They run a little pick, try to run a little pick and get CeeDee the ball in the end zone to the right, as opposed to throwing it backside one-on-one to George Pickens, who was on the cornerback that had come in for Pat Surtain. Pat Surtain was playing George Pickens all over the field. And Riley Moss in the safety would help double team CeeDee Lamb. I told you they would use that technique. And Dak gets the ball and he tries to throw it in to CeeDee Lamb instead of taking the backside one-on-one. I was like, these are the little things that you have to do when especially you have that kind of defense who's going to give up points every time. It's going to be 3 or 7. There's no getting around it. And they couldn't stop anybody today. And then the one time they did get a stop on 3rd down early in that game, they were lined up off sides. Denver gets another 1st down because of the lined up off sides. They stopped them on 3rd and 4 or something like that. But then they get a 1st down on the pre-snap penalty, which Dallas had a lot of those. And then of course there's no way. There's just no freaking fucking way Dallas can stop anybody twice. If you get 2 stops the whole game with that defense, it's a miracle. It's literally a miracle. So once you got that 1 stop, after you didn't get a touchdown the first time, that was it. It was over. Bo Nix looked like John Elway. Everything he threw was a perfect pass. Everything that team did worked perfectly. They dissected the Dallas Cowboys, broke them down, chewed them up, and spit them out. Dak Prescott played his worst game of the year. Threw interceptions. This was an ugly showing, and it shows you the volatility of this whole unit. You know, offense can look so good at home and so bad on the road. I was wondering, because, you know, Denver's a hard place to play. And, okay, I'm starting to think about maybe the communication issue, they can't hear, but you have to know how, and you have to learn how, and you have to be ready to handle those adversity on the road. You're not going anywhere. Certainly not to a playoffs, and certainly not nowhere anything near a championship game or Super Bowl if you can't play on the road. And right now, Dallas can't play on the road. As a matter of fact, Dallas can't play defense on the road, at home, in heaven, or in hell. No matter where you are, their defense is non-existent. And if that's the case, and it is the case, you got to have an optimized offense to take advantage of everything, and so keen and so sharp to even give you a chance. I'm not even putting anything else on the defense. I can't even. Disappointment only comes when you put expectations on something. And how the hell can anybody in their right frame of mind, anybody with any eyes in their head, any eyes in their head, and I got 5 eyes. I got these 2 and 3 in my name. I got 5 eyes. Anybody with any eyes can see. There's no such thing as D in Dallas. A lot of people like to mess around and call it the Dallas Cowboys. They said take the D out because there is none, and there is not any. This man. I don't give a damn now how many first-round draft picks you have. And I'm beginning to believe Even if you use all of them right now, and when it got all first round draft picks and put them on that defense, it still can't help. It couldn't help. I know Dallas is banged up, but people are banged up all over the league. And I'm sorry, we're coming up on week 9 now. This Matt Eberflus thing, something has to change here. I don't know what's going on here. Somebody has to do something. And I don't want to give them, I don't give a damn about we got these many players hurt. We got this. It's all over the league. And people are still finding ways to get things done. And I mean, I don't even know if you can call this a professional defense that we are watching right now. I understand that the offense is going to be up and down. But damn, can somebody decide, anybody just decide to play some defense? I mean, God almighty. One moment in the game, it was one big play after the other. One big play after the other. One big play after the other. I was like, wow. I mean, everybody. People don't even know who they're covering. I don't give a damn if you get beat. This is a physical game and you're playing against professionals. And they get paid to make plays also. So sometimes you're going to lose. Sometimes you're going to get beat. But damn. I'll take sometimes getting beat. But all the times getting beat down is a whole nother story. It's all the time, not getting beat down. And that is just, man. And I just don't see enough out of the offense. I don't see where they say, we got a match. We got a match. We got to go pound for pound. Shit, they score a touchdown, we score a touchdown. They score a field goal, we score a touchdown. We got a match. They get no points, we get at least a field goal. You got a match. Anyone can see. Don't expect anything out of the defense. I need this offense to come into every game with a matching damn mentality. A matching mentality. I don't know, even offensively, if I say bad game plan. You know, I thought that first time down, right, when we got down to the goal line, they handed the ball off to Javonte one time, bam. Then the second time they try to roll out and throw a ball. Okay, that's the ball I think that went to, that's the ball that went to George. That Pat got hurt on, Pat Surtain got hurt on. And then the third play, that's when they tried to squeeze it into CeeDee Lamb. When Pat Surtain had gone off the field, and you should have gone backside to George Pickens again. And even in that first play, the one that George Pickens did not get, I wanted to break that route down because George came up inside and he was climbing with Pat Surtain on his right side. He was going to cut in. And you can see, I think it was Ferguson went first. And you can see where the hole was going to open up. Had George held up just a little bit longer, a little more patient. A little more patient, stem him up. Almost take him to the back of the goal line. The back of the goal line. Once you get closer and closer to that goal line, he's going to start grabbing because he knows you're running out of room. He'll start grabbing. But then you push him all the way back to the goal line, you hold him, and then you turn and don't run across the field. Don't run across the field. I need you to hold him up here, turn, and then run a little bit back towards the line of scrimmage. That away from the cornerback, coming back towards the goal line. Now you keep that angle right. If you go here, if you're holding, if this is George Pickens and this is Pat Surtain, George came inside, held him here, and then went running across here. So he held him, and then he was running upfield here. Pat comes up under him and hit the ball and try to knock the ball down. Now, if I'm coaching that, I'm telling him, man, you got all kind of time. Because Dak's going to turn around. He's going to first look at Ferguson or whoever that was on the drag. And then that second, what we call in route, comes real late and it'll be wide open. But you got to hold Patrick here with your shoulder. And when you let him go late. George let him go a little too early. And then when he let him go, he started running across the field and he ran up the field, which gave him a chance to run on a sharper angle up under George, undercut him, at least hit his hand and knock the ball down. You see, but if I hold him up high and then I run down, he would have never been able to undercut me. When George went up the field, he undercut. But if he comes back back towards the line of scrimmage, he would have kept that separation and you'd have had that touchdown. I wanted that touchdown early on because I thought it would have been a great boost. Of course, they didn't get it. Then the third down, that's when we threw the CeeDee Lamb. I was upset because I thought on first down we ran the ball with Javonte Williams. I wanted to come back and run it again. But I felt like, oh God, here they go. They're trying to get Dak a fifth game of 3 touchdowns with no interceptions when we should have been thinking about a damn touchdown. Run the damn ball again. That's what you should have done. You talk about running all the time and you gotten pretty good. You got like 2 yards on the first down and we're only about 2 yards away. Let's run the ball again. You should have ran it again. All of it. Just bad all the way around. I don't know. I don't know now. You know, even if I don't know how excited to get now, even when the Cowboys win, because you could give me what you gave me against Washington one week, and then come and give me what you gave me today the next week. This is, I feel like a damn basketball in a football game. I'm just bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down. And I don't know how you ever grab that and say you're going to have a chance to do something down the road. If you're bouncing up and down like a basketball in the National Football League, like the Dallas Cowboys are doing. And I'm talking about offensively. I'm not even saying defensively that you're bouncing up and down. You just bouncing down. Way down. Remember that Curly with the Gold Troters used to be dribble way down there, real low. Never let the ball came up here to dribble. That's how the Dallas Cowboys defense. They're just bouncing down. There is no up. And I didn't even buy into the up last week against Washington. No Deebo Samuel, no Terry McLaurin, none of that. So I didn't buy into the up. Man, I held out hope that this offense can get good enough to cover up the holes and the sores and the bad spots on that Dallas defense. I got to rethink that. I got to rethink it. And I'm going to tell you, I don't give a damn about next year, the year after that, the year after that. Go trade everything you got and find something. Anything is better than what you have right now on defense. That's the bottom line. I don't know if it's possible to find a defense in the entire world worse than the Dallas Cowboys defense. I mean, whatever defense in any realm. This is the worst defense of all of defenses ever in the history of defense.